Right now, cleanup continues for the 1,600 gallons of foam containing toxic chemicals that was released at the Brunswick Airport yesterday. The firefighting foam, also known as AFFF, contains PFAS, forever chemicals, posing a health risk and a danger to the environment. Our Pearl Small spent the day speaking with people who live and work in the area. She joins us now with what they're facing. Hi, Pearl.
Brian, all day we've been watching the continued cleanup process happening here. And for residents that live nearby the Brunswick landing, they have a few questions about what are the long-term effects of something like this happening and what steps can be put in place to ensure that nothing like this ever happens again. A massive cleanup in Brunswick, just about a mile away from a new housing development where Megan Kissling recently bought a home.
We know the signs of environmental disasters. We've seen them many, many, many times.
The disaster she's referring to is 1,600 gallons of fire suppressant foam was accidentally released at a hangar at the Brunswick Executive Airport.
People are on well water, and where is this going?
Aquifers that feed the Thompson-Brunswick Water District, which thousands like Kissling rely on for water, lie close to the airport. And the foam, which contains toxic PFAS forever chemicals, is known for being extremely dangerous if ingested.
Yesterday's incident was as disturbing to us as to anybody else.
Christine Logan, Executive Director for the Mid-Coast Regional Redevelopment Authority, which runs the property, says initial investigations show the foam did not leak into drinking water supplies.
None of what happened yesterday drains off to that area.
However, Logan says the foam did contaminate nearby sewer and stormwater systems, which town representatives say has them concerned.
But it is one of those substances that just shows up in lots of places once it's released.
Even if this outcome isn't the worst case scenario, many can't help but think about how bad it could have been.
It could only have been worse if it had happened in the hangar on the north end of the base, Hangar 6, which is closer to the Brunswick Thompson Water District well field.
Representatives note this is the third major spill at Brunswick Landing since 2012, and they feel a responsibility to the community.
And I don't know exactly what, as a council member, as a elected official, I can truly do other than make sure it doesn't happen again.
Representatives from Murrah say they're aware of this problem, but they are required to follow the recommendations of the National Fire Protection Agency, which favors the foam.
If the rules change where these types of facilities don't need a foam system, then that would be a great way to not have these incidences happen again.
Logan says they have the same goal, one that would be a relief to those who call this area home.
I mean, really, that's my big concern, my child, my family, our health and safety.
At last night's town council meeting, councilors voted to develop a plan to address the crisis. And tonight, the Department of Environmental Protection is telling me that they did cut off access to a nearby well field, but only temporarily. It's a precautionary measure until testing comes back, and that's going to take a few days. Brian?
Still waiting on answers there in Brunswick tonight. Pearl Small, thank you.